Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Today we're really turning up the volume on the indie music scene.
We're ditching the mainstream charts. You know what I mean?
Totally.
We're going deep, straight to the source.
With indie music,
oh yeah.
It's this super cool French online magazine.
Yeah, and it's not just a magazine, is it?
I mean, they're really on top of it.
They've got their fingers on the pulse.
All the exciting stuff happening right now.
Yes.
Festival coverage.
Interviews, you name it.
Exactly. They don't just tell you
what's cool, right?
Yeah.
It's more like they tell you why it matters.
Yeah.
You know? And a great example is their festival scene.
They have amazing photos.
They've got these write-ups from places like Burning Womson.
Burning Womson.
Which I have to say sounds incredible.
It's only in its third year.
Really?
Yeah, and it's already making such a splash.
With its focus on feminist
and intersectional art.
Wow.
Which you don't see every day, right?
Absolutely.
It really reminds you that the indie scene.
It's not afraid to challenge those norms.
Yeah.
Push the boundaries musically, culturally even.
Totally.
And then on a completely different vibe.
They cover rock on Sane.
Oh, wow.
5 days.
Of music.
5 days.
That's intense.
It's a lot.
This year, they totally revamped the format.
Which has everyone buzzing.
Right.
Plus they got everyone.
From the Kills.
And Gossip to Patti Smith.
Oh, wow.
Cruel Ben, even Royal Blood.
It's they just threw a dart at a map.
Of all these music styles, and we're let's just book them all.
I love that.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, that
eclectic lineup.
That really speaks to the beauty of indie music.
I think, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
It's about discovering something new.
Something you haven't heard before.
That just defies categorization.
Totally.
But here's where indie music goes even further.
They don't stop at the stage.
Okay.
They have these fantastic in-depth features.
On individual artists.
Cool.
Really digging into their creative processes.
It's you get a backstage pass.
To their world.
You really understand what makes them tick.
They have this great piece
on Pulverwear.
Who is the mastermind behind Fontana Rosa.
Oh, cool.
He does it all.
He writes the music?
He sings, the whole deal.
Wow.
And his new album.
Let's just say that indie music calls it.
One of the year's best.
One of the best, yeah.
And they really back it up, you know?
They don't just...
It's not hype.
It's really thoughtful analysis.
I like that.
And then you have someone like Lucille Beauvais.
Who performs as Lux Montez. Her album, La Traversée.
Came out over a year ago.
Okay.
But indie music is still, exploring its impact.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder...
What is it about her music?
That makes it stick with people.
It really speaks to the magazine's commitment.
To an artist's journey.
It's not just...
about the hype cycle.
Of a new release.
They're interested in the evolution of sound.
And how artists grow over time.
You know?
Yeah, it really is fascinating, isn't it?
How a single album can
spark these conversations years later.
Totally.
Makes you want to go back and listen to it again.
With fresh ears, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And speaking of hearing things in a new way.
Get ready for some serious genre bending. Whoa. Indie music has this whole feature.
On this band called Ling and the Bombs.
Uh-huh.
And they describe their sound.
It's just fusion of punk.
J-pop and rave.
Wow.
I have to admit.
Even I'm
struggling to picture that.
Right.
What is that?
Did they just go to a record store?
Reach into 3 completely different crates and be let's make this work.
Yeah.
I mean, is it going to be... Is it going to be a chaotic mess? Right. I don't know.
I guess we'll have to listen to find out.
Yeah, you have to listen to find out.
But that's kind of the beauty of it.
You know what I mean? That willingness to experiment.
To take risks. To just see what happens.
Sometimes it's amazing.
Sometimes it's a total miss.
But it's always interesting.
So true.
Okay, switching gears completely here.
Okay.
They also have a piece on the return of adult jazz.
Adult jazz.
So they're back.
With this new album.
So, Sorry So Slow.
Okay.
After a 10-year hiatus.
10 years. Wow.
10 years. That's a lifetime.
I know it's an eternity in the music world.
It really is.
It makes you think
were they too ahead of their time?
Right?
Back then?
Were they too ahead of their time?
And how is their sound, which was already so unique,
right?
How is that going to fit into
the music scene today?
Yeah.
You know?
It's a great question.
It's a fascinating comeback story.
For sure.
It really is.
And it shows you
how indie music is tracking
not just who's hot right now,
right?
But the longer arc.
Exactly.
Of these artists' careers.
A long game.
which is amazing.
I love that.
Right,
It speaks
right.
to a deeper appreciation.
For the creative process.
Yes.
I think.
Okay, get ready for some girl power.
Okay.
Because next up...
We've got Teen Jesus and the Teasers.
Okay.
They're an Australian band.
And indie music describes them
Yeah.
as having this raw
Riot girl energy.
riot girl.
That's so cool.
I know, right?
It's like
That spirit of riot girl.
it never really went away.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That energy
The DIY ethos.
that continues to inspire, like, new generations.
of artists.
Oh,
And it's so exciting to see that
it is.
reflected in a band like this.
Yeah.
Teen Jesus and the Teasers.
Absolutely. But indie music isn't just articles and reviews.
I go all in.
On giving you this, like, immersive experience.
Oh, wow.
With exclusive content.
Like music video.
And these live sessions that you won't find anywhere else.
really?
Like, they're saying.
Don't just read about the music.
Uh-huh.
Like, feel it,
Yeah.
you know?
I love that they
Yeah.
have this haunting music video
Okay.
from LaVenture
Okay.
for their song Off My Mind. And they use this really creepy old house.
As this metaphor for heartbreak,
Wow.
which is so visually striking,
Yeah.
it adds like a whole other layer
That's cool.
to the meaning of the song,
Yeah, it really reminds you
of the power of the visual
how it can amplify
quality
and deepen that emotional impact.
of the music.
And then they have this amazing session.
That they filmed with Effuzetta
Okay.
and they performed in a chapel,
Wow.
almost a cappella.
Wow.
Can you even imagine
I can't.
the acoustics,
Oh.
the intimacy?
Yeah.
It must have been incredible.
That rawness of the voice.
In a sacred space?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's like a musical pilgrimage.
It really is.
It's amazing to me.
How indie music captures these really unique performances.
Yeah,
But they don't just stop at the music, do they?
you're right.
They go deeper,
They have this section.
called humor,
Okay.
which is so cool.
It's really interesting.
It's all about like exploring these
broader themes.
and ideas,
Yes.
but through music,
Okay, give me an example.
Okay.
Yeah, I have this piece.
called Bird on the Wire.
Okay.
And they use that, Leonard Cohen's iconic song,
As a starting point.
to talk about singer-songwriters today.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So like, has there been a resurgence?
Right.
Like, are we craving that
Raw honesty.
that Cohen was known for?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it.
It's thought-provoking.
I like it.
It sparks these connections.
Where you're thinking bigger.
Yeah.
It's not just the music anymore. It's like, it's place.
In the bigger picture.
Totally.
It matters.
Like they're inviting us to think differently.
Yes.
About the music we listen to.
Exactly.
Like, why do we connect with it?
I love that.
It's about appreciating.
The artistry.
Yeah.
The intention.
And I think it's so clear
That they have such respect.
for these artists.
But also for the audience. You know?
Like, they're not dumbing it down.
Yeah, they're not spoon-feeding you.
They're saying, like,
Right.
you're smart.
Let's have this conversation
Yeah.
together.
And it's a conversation.
It goes way beyond genre
Totally.
or scene.
It really does. Looking at everything we've talked
The
about,
festivals,
the artists,
the sounds.
what even is indie music in 2024?
Right.
It's such a good question.
Like, what does that even mean?
Is it a sound?
Is it an ethos?
Is it just like,
Is it a feeling?
yeah,
I don't know.
a refusal to be put in a box?
It's like trying to define cool.
Right.
You know?
The minute you define it,
It's gone.
it changes.
It changes exactly.
But that's kind of what makes it so exciting.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the beauty of it.
It's constantly like evolving
Yes.
and like pushing those boundaries.
Oh, sure.
So for anyone who thinks
That the best music is behind us.
indie music is here to prove you wrong.
Indie music says think again.
Right.
Yeah.
There's so much good stuff still being made.
It's all about discovery,
Yes.
you know?
It really is.
Finding those artists.
We're doing something new.
And that's the beauty of the indie music world, right?
Exactly.
There's always something new to uncover.
Always something new.
Until next time.
Keep those ears open.
And happy listening.
More videos soon. Keep in touch.